Okay, here's a wine journal I made for somebody. It's a custom made. She's making it for her sister for her birthday. If right here you can see these are actually the labels that go around the wine bottle, so I kind of reuse everything and use this canvas. The ties here, they are adjustable, so you can adjust it to whatever you add to it. The inside covers, I used real velvet that I found at a yard sale, so it's kind of nice. This is actually a pocket, and then I went ahead and used wine labels on here, and then I put some ribbon around the edges. These are actually rating sheets, and I made each one personally, so I used some stamps, and then these tabs here are the same thing from those wine labels, so kind of gave some variety. So each one, I just actually had different type of stamps, and then I colored them. And then here is just a piece of cheese and a cheese board, and I color those there. That says Age to Perfection. Be happy, I guess you always are when you're drinking wine. Another cheese and cheese cutter board. Here's number 1. Some wine. Bottle up there at the top. And then again, just some really cool fun stamps. Put some edging there. Okay, this paper here is actually cork paper, so it's nice. It says wine tasting, some embellishments there. This is actually from one of the catalogs we get from them in the mail, so I went ahead and used that. This top part, I backed it up with some of that wine. It's called like wine cork paper, so it's kind of cool. And then I put these little like I can't think of what these are called, but so it can flip like that. This I glued in, so another wine rating sheet. Use that cork paper in the back. And this, I found this really nice paper. I don't even know what it's called. And then here is some other really cool scrap paper I have. And then I went ahead and put some thread around it, and then that's just a little wine identifier. And then I just drew this in, and I used nail polish to make it shine out. I drew this. And then the inside has a wine rating sheet. Then I used some other little embellishments I had. Put that in there. And then this right here, it says great reds, great whites from some mailings that we get. Kind of edge that like that. Here is an embosser I have, so I use that for his embosser. And then there's a little wine identifier right here. I think that's a corkscrew. Same thing. Added some stuff in the back. And this right here is actually some cork. They came in squares, so I went ahead and bought some of those and put those in. And then here's just from a magazine. Some paper. That's that cork paper I talked about. I could pull this out. And I added some stuff in there. And used some paper there. It's like soft tissue paper. These were extra sheets I had from another wine journal, so I decided just to kind of dress them up. This is glued in. And it says Age to Perfection. And there's some glasses. Inside of these, you can look in and it says tasting notes. So there's an opportunity to add more wine choices in there. And I put these little tabs at the end. So each one has that. Then the next page, or signature page, I found this really cool ribbon. And it has, wine, grapes of wine on there. I'm sorry. Grapevines. I don't know what I'm talking about. And then the inside here, I added that little cute charm. Put that in there, and I used this really cool paper I had, and I just reinforced it there so you can still write on there. And then I have this little thing I drew in. Here I found this really cool paper. I don't know what type of, it's like parchment paper. I'm not sure if that's what you call it. And then here is another rating sheet. I drew some of these in there. It says, good body, tastes good, yum, very red. And then when you open it up, it has a different type of rating sheet in there. Next page. Again, one of these, they were cork. They're made out of cork, so I like it. And here's a rating sheet again, front and back. And this one right here just says tasting notes, label, and some stamps there. This one I put some ribbon at the end, so you can put whatever you want, pictures of you and your friends drinking wine. This one I glued in. This is actually linen paper, so that's material, so it's really cool. And then over here, that cork paper that I like so much. And then this is actually extra material I had, and I had some ribbon, and I lined it there. So I added that ribbon here at the top, kind of made it a little cutesy. So another wine rating sheet, and I used this really nice tissue paper that I had. This was just some paper I had left over, so I added 2 places to add more wine choices. If you can see in the edge here, I used a really cool ribbon to line that. And that's just some paper with this edger I have. And I got this envelope, just kind of added paper over it. And then here, this actually is just from those wine magazines, looking for a great wine. And then here's another rating sheet. And then what I used here was, I don't know what they're called, but they're the top of the wine bottle. I keep saying labels, but it's what you have around the top of a wine label. I wish I knew what that was. This is the last page. I found this paper, but I wanted to highlight it, and it says right there, my favorite wine. I added some ribbon here at the edge and the inside. There's wine labels. You could put a picture or the wine label, and then here I backed it up with some other paper, and that's a rating sheet. And then towards the back, this is real leather. I used a lot of real leather scraps, and I added 3 more rating sheets on here. So I like to color whatever stamps I use and do it that way. And then I like those scissors I have that are like edgers. So I did that, and that's it. Thank you very much for stopping by and looking at my books.